Hi, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite and most used products of 2022. A lot of these products came out this year, in the year of 2022, but some of them have not. And I kind of want to stay away from the narrative of everything new being good, and if it's bright and shiny and new, then it's going to be the best product ever and that you need it. You don't need it. A lot of these products are new to 2022, but some of these products are just new to me this year, and I got a lot of use out of them, and I love them so dearly that they were this year's favorites. So I tried to narrow it down to just a couple of products. It was really, really hard because I did acquire so much new to me makeup this year. I tried to keep it to like 2 or 3 products. I tried to give like a powder example and a cream example to kind of balance it out a little bit, but yeah, so let's just get into it because I have a lot to talk about. I almost forgot to say that if you're really into my makeup look, I did film this earlier today, so yeah, I'll link the video down below. It's just like a holiday-esque, you get it. If you're into it, I filmed it and I will link it somewhere. Okay, so I'm gonna start the video off with Complexion. So this is a tricky one for me because I'm kind of a creature of habit. I've been using the Kosas Revealer Concealer basically since its launch. I've been using the Nars Soft Matte Concealer basically since it's launched. So I don't really stray from things that I love, and I normally just take those products and I use them as my main complexion product, so I can really control how much coverage I have, and I concentrate it or I dilute it with the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. But there have been a lot of complexion products that have just kind of come into my life and have just been released in 2022, and a lot of them just weren't interesting to me. The Nars Light Reflecting, there was the Charlotte Tilbury, there was a bunch of stuff from Danessa Myricks, the Kosas foundation that was launched as well. But the only one that really intrigued me that was actually new was the Rose Inc. What is it called? Skin Enhance Luminous Serum. Tinted Serum. Why do brands name things like a paragraph? Why is it such a long name? This is kind of, I don't want to say a dupe, but it's very much inspired by a Chanel product, the Chanel Le Beige, and it's like the water tint, skin tint or something like that. So essentially what it is like a hydrating serum with little pigment balls dispersed through it, and you have to burst the pigments by causing friction on them, and then you apply it to your face. This is a really strange product, I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. Some people really like it, some people really dislike it, and I would say out of all of the new complexion that I've bought this year and used this year, like I tried the Ilia skin tint for the first time this year, I tried the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer for the first time this year, and this is the only one that really gave the Nars tinted moisturizer a run for its money, and that I actually enjoy using, and it holds up, and it's luminous and beautiful, and I really, really like the way it looks on my skin. It is very sheer coverage. It almost has no coverage, really. It's very, very malleable, very flexible with who can use what shades, because it is so sheer. Not as sheer as the Glossier skin tint, but it's serum. It's serum-y. And so like the consistency of this product was actually what I expected the Ilia skin serum foundation tint thing to be, but instead I got it in this. Is it my favorite way to apply a product because of it's like a lot of steps, which I guess doesn't make it my favorite product of all time. But of all the products that have come out this year when it comes to complexion, I would say that this has been my favorite one because it just looks very beautiful on the skin. Still doesn't beat the Nars Tinted Moisturizer, but you know, I digress. Those are really big shoes to fill for me. But yeah, the Rose Inc Skin Enhance Luminous Tinted Serum. It's very beautiful and a pretty solid win in 2022. Everything else is kind of like, not for me. I have been rubbing my nose a lot today, so do not judge the red nose for like judging this foundation. or the concealers or anything, because I ate lunch and it just made my nose run, so I just, I'm not doing this in any like particular order, so I'm just like grabbing off of my desk here. So I just grabbed my blushes, so let's go with blushes now. Talk about the product that I'm wearing on my face today, and this is the Hourglass Brilliant Nude Ambient Strobing Blush. I think this is such a beautiful shade. I would swatch it, but it doesn't swatch very nice, but I can attest to it on my cheeks. Like, it just is the most beautiful, neutral, brownie nude. It's very brilliant, like the name suggests. It's just such a lovely powder product. Hourglass really understands how to make an elegant powder formula, especially in their blushes and their bronzers. It's just wow. This came into my life earlier in 2022. This is not a new product by any means. This has been out for a bit, but it is new to me, and I took this to Greece with me when I went in June into July, and this is the only cheek product that I brought. It's kind of like a bronzer in that way. It's like a blush and a bronzer at the same time, and it does have enough luminescence in it that it can act as a highlighter as well. So that, to me, is like a win. Like, it's just such a versatile, beautiful product. It looks good on the eyes as well. I love it so much. It's my favorite powder blush of all time. This next blush isn't new to the market. I do believe they came out in 2021, but there was a shade extension to the range in 2022. We're talking about Rose Ink again, and this is the cream cheek and lip color in the shade Foxglove. I also have one of the newer shades called Daylily, but this is my favorite one, so I'm gonna talk about it. I was introduced to these products this year, and I think that this is such an amazing cream blush formula. It's not too emollient, but it does appear dewy on the cheeks. It's very moisturizing, very nourishing feeling. It blends out seamlessly. The colors are very gorgeous. They're very like summery and just vibrant. They're very lovely colors, but they also have enough tug on them that they'll layer with different formulas in a very effortless way. Like, you can put this on top of a powder bronzer, you can use this on a powdered base, a tacky base, like what have you. This lasts so well. It's such an elegant formula, and I just love it so much, and I'm excited to see what other colors come out in this line. I would love to have like a brownie nude in this formula, like, just, oh yeah, it's just so good. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, let's talk about my favorite mascaras of 2022. And I feel like if you've been watching me I feel like if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you just know what they are already. What I want to talk about is my ultimate favorite mascara. This is the Victoria Beckham Beauty Future Lash Mascara, and I love it. I love it so much. It's a beautiful tubing formula. The color is very like glossy black. It layers amazing for a tubing formula. It's super nourishing on the lashes. It makes your lashes very fluffy and soft, and it's very buildable, very voluminous. And since it's a tubing formula, it just comes off in these very elegant little tubes. You just don't need anything but like warm water, and it's clean, and your lashes are clean. Yeah, I love this so much. It is a luxury beauty brand, so I think this is $28 to $30. I don't really recall how much this is, but it's a beautiful glass, like weighted. It feels luxurious. It's very beautiful. It is my ultimate favorite mascara of all time, and I just love it so much. Number 2 is the Tower 28 Make Waves Mascara. This is also, this is also very volumizing, very voluminous, very lengthening. Not a tubing formula, but it does come off with ease. Like, it's so easy to remove. It's the most easy, for a normal mascara, it's the easiest formula to remove, and that's why it's number 2. But they're almost tied, I would say. But I would say that this is number 2 because it's not tubing, and it does have a very similar wand. This is just an absolutely incredible mascara, and it kind of took the makeup community by storm, and rightfully so. It is just absolutely incredible, and I'm actually wearing it today. I should say that. I'm wearing it today on my lashes, and they're just very lengthened and volumized, and you don't need to curl your lashes when you use this. It's just an incredible product. Okay, let's talk about lips. So we'll start with a liner. So if you know me, you know my stance on lip liners, and that I don't feel like you should spend your money on luxury lip liners. One that I can really attest to say that it's worth it, and this is coming from someone who's tried a lot of luxury lip liners. The only one that I deem worth it is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. This is in my favorite shade, Iconic Nude. This is literally my lips but better. It's very, very beautiful. If you like the lip liner by NYX in the shade Natural, you will like this shade. Like, this shade is for you. They're pretty much color dupes, and I would say that the NYX formula is the closest thing to this formula, but they're very different in price. Like, one is like under $10, and then this one is like $24. So this is very creamy, very beautiful. It blends out effortlessly, but once it's set, and it is not going anywhere. I have this on my lips today, and I ate like scalding hot spicy potato soup, and it stayed. And so did the Victoria Beckham Beauty lipstick that I had on, but it did kind of like break up a little bit because I ate soup, like it's lipstick. Anyways, so I had this on, it lasted through that. It's absolutely amazing. Love it so much. I do recommend it. If you are within your means to buy it, if you want to try a more higher end luxury lip liner, that this is the one you should go for. Next is the other product that I have on my lips today, and this is the Roen Liquid Lip Balm. This is actually not a new product for 2022, but I do believe that the shade that I'm using came out this year. It either came out like the end of last year or it came out this year. I'm not really sure. But anyways, the shade is new. And I have the shade Lola, and this is truly like what it claims to be. It's very nourishing, very beautiful. It's like an elevated lip gloss, and lip glosses are kind of something that I've like, especially tinted lip glosses, they're kind of something that I've been kind of getting into, and this lasts so long. Like, it's so surprising like how long this lasts. I think because I started out with the Merit like lip oil, and that just, it's not nourishing and it doesn't last at all, and I do not recommend that. I do not recommend that product at all. But if you're looking for a tinted lip oil or like lip balm or what have you, if you're like into tinted glosses, these liquid lip balms are just absolutely stunning. The packaging is stunning, the shades are absolutely incredible, and the doe foot is just this lovely pointy. Be very precise with how you apply these because of the applicator. I will say that there is a slight peppermint flavor to it, but not to the point where I find it irritating, because I am one of those people where I don't really like peppermint in my products that much, or I don't really prefer peppermint in my lip products that much. Not that I have sensitive lips or anything like that, but I just don't find it necessary. Like, I don't want it, you know? But if you are super sensitive to peppermint, that is just something to keep in mind, even though it is incredibly subtle. But yeah, super juicy, super glowy. I love it so much. I think it's an amazing, amazing product. Last lip product came out in 2022, and this kind of took makeup community by storm once again, and this is the Merit Signature Lip. I have this in the shade Slip. It is such a unique, I don't know if I want to call this a unique formula, but it's kind of one of the first formulas like this that I've personally ever tried, because I'm a big fan of like tinted sheer lip balms, and I'm a big fan of like soft matte kind of pillowy formulas in lipsticks, but this, it's kind of waxy, and I think they did that because it's like an infinite amount of like buildable coverage that you can get with this product. So like one swipe will be super sheer, but then as you build it, you can get a very opaque shade, and it comes in a variety of shades. It goes from like pink to brown all the way up to like a very orange red. And so it's just a very beautiful line of products. I think the packaging is absolutely stunning. It's so luxurious. This feels more expensive than what it actually is. I haven't been reaching for this all so much lately because there have been a number of things that I've been trying lately, but this doesn't mean that this has been like replaced with how much I like it, or that I don't really deem it like worthy to talk about anymore. I just, I go through phases with lip products, you know, but this definitely was my most used lip product in 2022. This next category was so hard, but I decided to break it down to one cream bronzer and one powder bronzer because I just enjoyed everything that I tried in this category this year. Like, they're so amazing. So I tried to, so essentially I broke it down into the cream and the powder just so I could just give a base point on like why these products were so successful, because they were the two products that I've been using the longest this year. Other products that I've tried this year are equally as beautiful, and I do find them successes as well. But I'll first start out with the Saie Sun Melt. I think this is so beautiful, and I got this year, and it's such a lovely color. I have this in medium bronze. This is a very sheer, buildable, dewy. Blends out beautifully with fingers, brush, sponge. You can use whatever you want with this. It's so beautiful. You can see the little dent that I have in this because I was using it so much. I haven't picked it up in a while because I have been using the Nars Laguna bronzer so much. Well, the Nars Cream Laguna bronzer. And I got that, oh God, when did that come in the mail? I've been trying not to talk about things that I got like from November on all so much because I did use so many other products this year. But this in the warmer months and then the Laguna cream bronzer in the cooler months kind of seems like that's gonna be my thing, because the Laguna bronzer in the shade 1 is a lot more like neutral fair and what I become in the cooler months. Another really great contour product that I tried this year was the Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit. That was amazing too. I've also recently become acquainted with a Victoria Beckham bronzing brick, and I have that in the shade Bronze Brick 2. Also really great, but something that I really want to highlight today along with the Saie is the Hourglass bronzer. Ooh, I have this in a little mini size because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I really wish that I picked up the larger size. I have this in Luminous Bronze Light. It's kind of this very beautiful luminescent pinky brown, and it's so lovely. It's not glittery at all. It just gives the most beautiful glow to the face. I'm actually wearing it today, and I love it so much. It was literally like the first time I used it, I was like, I never need to use another powder bronzer ever. And this and the Victoria Beckham Beauty are the best powder bronzers I have ever used in the history of makeup ever. Like, they're not too pigmented, but pigmented enough that they diffuse beautifully on the cheeks, and they disperse color in such a, like, an airbrush type of way, and you can really control how much pigment and saturation you can like put on the face, and they're just such lovely formulas. But yeah, I just wanted to show this one today because I am wearing it on my face. And yeah, bronzing and contour were such a win this year. I loved everything that I tried equally, and yeah, these two, these are kind of like the OG of 2022 favorites, so I figured I would put them in this video. So for highlighting, I didn't really try a lot of highlighters this year, and well, I guess I did, but my favorite like go-to is always the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. You know, just want to like kind of spotlight a couple of products that made an impact on me this year. And the first one is another product by Rose Inc. Now this one is a very polarizing product. Like, some people are just like, and then some people are like, wow, this is really lovely. I love it so much. I'm one of those people. The first couple times that I used this, I was really unsure, but then I kind of realized that it's like the texture. The texture is creamy, but it's kind of grainy, but it doesn't feel emollient. It's very strange. It's just like a lot of things that she's come out with, like the textures are very textury. If you're not into that, then maybe it's not for you. But for me, I really enjoy it. I think that this is a super lovely product. She came out with some pretty approachable shades. Like they're not anything crazy. Like there's like a champagne and a bronzy and a rosy one and then a gold one and then this kind of like neutral champagne one. I have the shade Prismatic and it's kind of this neutrally champagne-y glowy shade. I think that these perform really beautifully if you're into like a subtle glow. Like if you want like a very daytime, like work appropriate, like whatever, this isn't gonna like highlight you to the heavens. This is a very like subtle, beautiful, semi-glass like looking highlighter. This works really well with creams and it works really well with powders. I think that it's a really lovely product and I'm gonna continue using it and I like it a lot. Next product is not new to 2022, but it is new to me in 2022 and it is the Westman Atelier Lit Up Stick and I have this in the shade Nectar. It's this beautiful like kind of peachy gooey peachy gooey color. It's very beautiful. It's very, there's no glitter. It's just like a balmy yummy formula. I find this super nourishing, super lovely. But what's kind of cool about this is that it lasts a really long time on the cheeks. Like it doesn't like sink in and disappear and it doesn't like get my hair stuck in it all that much or anything like that. I just find this a very elevated formula when it comes to a cream highlighting stick applicator thing. And the component is absolutely luxurious. It looks luxurious on the skin. You look very glowy, very dewy, very healthy, and the whole user experience is very luxurious as well. It is very pricey. It's Westman Atelier. Everything is just abhorrently expensive, you know, not Tom Ford abhorrently expensive, but like expensive enough for you to be like, this better be good. And yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. I really love it. If I use it up, I'm not sure if I would repurchase it because there are just so many like beautiful cream formulas that I want to try in highlighting, but yeah, this is really nice. It's really nice. I want to give like an honorable mention to the Auric Glow Lust because that is a new like highlighting-esque product that I tried this year. I tried it so late that I can't really deem it like a 2022 favorite, but I can foresee it being a favorite for 2023 because it's just so glowy, so beautiful, so nice. I can use it as both like complexion product and I use it as like highlighter and it's just beautiful. And these are beautiful too. Okay, so the last category is going to be eyeshadows. Now I am really, really tempted to make a whole separate video just talking about all the eyeshadows that I tried for the first time in 2022 because this year was kind of like my eyeshadow renaissance. I essentially went through a really long time just not trying eyeshadows at all. I kind of went on like a makeup palette strike right before the pandemic. Like I was just so over all of the like shitty palettes that were coming out and or like not just palettes, but I was really over all of the shitty eyeshadow palettes that had been coming out and just like money grabs and like not like artistry and like beautiful formulas. And so I essentially was just using like bronzers and highlighters on my eyes, and then 2020 happened and then I just didn't buy any makeup. End of 2021 and then like all of 2022 have just been me just exploring and loving one and done, like glittery, wet looking eyeshadows. And man, has it been a beautiful experience because these formulas are just such a delight and I rediscovered my love of eyeshadow again. The first thing I want to talk about is a 2022 launch from Charlotte Tilbury. This is not a new formula by any means, but it is a new shade in the line, and this is the Eyes to Mesmerize cream moussey eyeshadow in the shade Exagger-Eyes. It's such a beautiful, like taupey, yummy, one and done shade. This is one of my like favorite eyeshadows I've ever used. This came into my life at the end of summer, but I spent a lot of time like really wanting it, and once I tried it I was like, wow, that's absolutely incredible, because before that my ultimate favorite in this formula was Oyster Pearl, and I bought that at the end of 2021, and that was like an everyday shade up until I brought this into my life, and I'm so happy I did. It's so lovely, it's so beautiful, it's so wet looking and creamy, and not everybody likes this formula, but I love it. I just love it so much. Next product is not new to 2022, but it is new to me, and this is the first thing I've bought from Urban Decay in a really long time. I bought this in, I think, like January, like brand new, like 2022, so this has been like a solid year of me consistently using this product and not getting bored at all. And it's the Urban Decay Moon Dust Shadow in the shade Space Cowboy. Oh, it is the most beautiful wet looking glitter topper I have ever used ever. It's just absolutely incredible. It's such a banger. It's just, it will never, I think this is like my favorite eyeshadow I've ever used in my life. Like, it's a perfect one and done because it has a slightly translucent beigey base, and there are like pink and purple and silver glitters that are so finely milled and dispersed throughout this, and it makes the light refract off of your eyelids in such a like water-like, like light on water type way. It's so wet looking, so beautiful, and I have it on top of my eyeshadow look today. I'm literally only wearing Victoria, I almost said Victoria's Secret. I'm literally only wearing Victoria Beckham Beauty Lid Luster in Mink, blended out, and then I have Space Cowboy patted on top of it. And it's just, it's such an elevator. It takes an already good eyeshadow look and just bumps it up to the next level, or you can wear it by itself. It's just my favorite. Oh, it's so good. It's so long lasting. It's so beautiful. I just love it so much. This next eyeshadow product is a Roen quad. Now, this isn't new to 2022, but it did come out in 2021, so I did buy it in like January of 2022, and I've just been using it nonstop ever since. It's my favorite of all of the quads, and just like one of my favorite Roen products in general. I'm a big fan of Roen Beauty, and this is the Mood Forever quad, and this right here is like up to par with the Moon Dust Shadow and Space Cowboy. It's this beautiful like beigey taupe, and it's just so wet looking, so beautiful. This has like, oh my god, I wish I could express how much I love this formula. I love this eye quad so much. I remember last year on my birthday, I wore all 4 shades just like thickly applied all over the lids, like kind of messy, but just like it was so wet looking, so beautiful, and everybody just complimented it all night. And it's just such a beautiful formula. They're so wet, they're so juicy, and they just give you this very elevated, like really cool artistic look without being a little too like indie looking, you know, like they're not duochrome or anything, but they're just absolutely stunning. They're just, it's just like my favorite quad ever that I've ever used. And then if you take this on top of it, oh my god, this is my favorite of all the quads and my most used, and I just love it so much. And it is definitely a favorite for 2022. Holy shit, I am out of breath. Like, I'm so thirsty now. I just did so much talking because this is the second video that I've filmed today. Thank you so much for watching. Those are my favorites of 2022 and my most used makeup. Like I said before, not all of these were released in 2022, but I did use them the most in 2022. But a lot of them were released in 2022, so there's that. Please remember that I do not promote buying the newest, like shiniest thing. Just because it's new doesn't mean that it's going to be an excellent product. It just means that it's new. Love the makeup that you have and use it. And yeah, I just, I had a really good makeup year this year. Like, there were a couple years where I was like, wow, makeup made me feel really bored and uninspired, and I feel inspired again. So this year was absolutely incredible for that. Thank you so much for stopping in, and let me know what your favorites were, and bye!